A Muslim. This seems to be the defining characteristic of Sadiq Khan in the eyes of the media. Throughout his career as a politician, I don't recall hearing references to Khan always being prefaced by the word Muslim. Nobody seemed to point out that he was the Muslim member of Parliament for Tooting. He was just the MP for Tooting. And before he entered politics, he was a lawyer. I don't think he was known as a Muslim lawyer, he was just known as a lawyer. But now he's the Mayor of London. He's not the Mayor of London in the way that Boris Johnson was the Mayor of London. No, he's the Muslim Mayor of London. And I wonder to what extent this is just the way the media well has been poisoned by Zac Goldsmith's awful negative campaign, that sort of relentless tactics, pointing out he's a Muslim, and making these spurious links to extremist figures, hoping that they deter voters. But of course voters were not deterred, but the media seems to be continuing to push that narrative. Khan is a politician who's been on a scene. He's been on the scene for over a decade. I think he became an MP in 2005. And they're acting as if they just found out he's a Muslim, like it's been some great secret for all that time. But I don't actually credit this to Zac Goldsmith's smear campaign. I think it's deeper than that. My conclusion is that this state of affairs is almost like a sort of a canary in the mine moment. And when we realise that we're far from functioning as a truly pluralist society, just look at those headlines. I mean, here's our oh-so-tolerant media being taken aback when somebody who served in the public eye for quite some time has now been elevated to a position of significant power. The subtext seems to be that these commentators are comfortable with someone who's a Muslim being part of the general landscape of our nation, but somehow shocked when a person from that culture and community is chosen by the electorate over a white secular candidate. I wonder therefore to what extent this is also a discourse about faith in public life and public office. People get nervous about religion and politics mixing. That's understandable. Faith is a powerful force in the world. Yes, it unites, but it also divides. Faith very often moves people to do wonderful things and act in wonderful ways, but at its extreme edges, faith can also lead people to do crazy and dangerous things. So, speaking as a person of faith, not a Muslim but a Christian, I must admit that I don't feel a great deal of freedom to allow the religious part of my identity to be particularly prominent when I'm out and about doing politics. I guess that's because I've encountered quite a lot of what you might call religious illiteracy within the political world. There seems to be a great ignorance of the wide spectrum of belief that's held by people who superficially wear the same religious label. And it's that ignorance and illiteracy that Zac Goldsmith's advisors, I believe,